Something erupted in the dead of night on the outskirts of London. Flames lit up the sky, smoke blanketed the streets, and emergency crews rushed in as sirens pierced the silence. But what sparked this inferno? And why are authorities warning that this might just be the beginning of something far more dangerous? Stay with us as we break down what happened. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. We have released our new 0% Liberal t-shirts. You can find them at britishstand.com or go to the link in the description. Let's get back into today's video. An intense fire ripped through an industrial estate in southeast London overnight, prompting a major emergency response from the London Fire Brigade. More than 150 firefighters, supported by 25 fire engines, were deployed to the scene on Maple Crescent in Erith after emergency calls came in at around 10:47 p.m. The fire, described by witnesses as an inferno, tore through a warehouse, destroyed 3 diggers, and damaged numerous other vehicles parked on site. As thick plumes of smoke billowed into the sky, local residents were urgently advised to keep their windows and doors closed to avoid inhaling the hazardous fumes. Throughout the night, shocking images emerged on social media showing flames engulfing the structure, lighting up the skyline as firefighters battled tirelessly to bring it under control. As of early this morning, the fire has been contained, but firefighters remain on the scene, working to dampen remaining hotspots and prevent any reignition. Crews from Bexley, Erith, Plumstead, East Greenwich, Sidcup, and surrounding stations were involved in the operation, with one of the brigade's fireboats also mobilised to assist from the River Thames. The fireboat, equipped with remote-operated water monitors, pumped over 2,500 litres per minute directly onto the fire, a vital tool in containing such a large-scale blaze. As of now, the cause of the fire remains unknown, and an investigation will be carried out once the area is safe to enter. But this incident comes amid broader concerns about fire risk in London during the current heatwave. Deputy Assistant Commissioner Jamie Jenkins has issued a stark warning, saying this is London's 3rd heatwave of the summer, and despite recent rainfall, the ground and vegetation across the capital remain dangerously dry. The Natural Hazards Partnership has officially assessed the wildfire risk in London as severe. To put that into context, London Fire Brigade has already responded to 23 major wildfires in the capital so far this year, including 4 this week alone. And that's not counting the countless smaller fires involving grass, trees, and even fires started in gardens and outdoor spaces. Jenkins explained that while the public may be enjoying the sunshine, the dry conditions mean that just one spark can quickly escalate into a full-blown fire, especially in areas where green spaces lie close to homes, posing a very real danger to life and property. In his statement, Jenkins made a clear plea to the public. If you're heading out, please don't take a disposable BBQ with you. They can stay hot for hours and they're banned in many parks across London. Make sure cigarettes are fully extinguished, and if bins are full or unavailable, take your rubbish home. He also warned against having barbecues on balconies or burning any waste, especially during this stretch of dangerously dry weather. It only takes a few embers or a gust of wind for a small fire to become unmanageable, he said. This fire in Erith is just the latest reminder that urban areas are not immune to wildfire-like conditions, especially with rising temperatures, dry air, and careless behaviour, all combining to create the perfect storm. As the cleanup begins, fire investigators will be working to determine what sparked the blaze. But one thing is already clear. The threat of fire in London is not just a rural issue, it's a citywide emergency, and it's growing. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and if you're in or near southeast London, keep those windows shut and follow any further updates from the London Fire Brigade. In other news, secretive plans for a new definition of Islamophobia have been foiled in what critics are hailing as a triumph for free speech, but the honeymoon period could soon be over. The warning comes a day after Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner expanded and extended a public consultation over the proposals, which critics say would amount to a blasphemy law by the back door. In February, Labour established an independent working group chaired by former Conservative Attorney General Dominic Grieve KC, to advise on a definition of anti-Muslim hatred, Islamophobia. This raised alarm bells inside the Free Speech Union, FSU, which said the new definition was being drawn up behind closed doors. FSU Director Lord Toby Young said that key groups who might have challenged the definition's impact on free speech and offered alternative views were effectively frozen out of the consultation process. He cited the Christian Concern, the Christian Institute, the Adam Smith Institute, and the Equality and Human Rights Commission. He wrote to the Deputy PM to express concern about the lack of invitation and to warn that the definition would treat Islamophobia as a type of racism, thereby threatening free speech and stifling legitimate criticism of Islam as a religion. In his letter, Young also said the consultation questions appeared heavily weighted in favor of a predetermined outcome, endorsing a definition closely aligned with that put forward by the All-Party Parliamentary Group, APPG, on British Muslims. The APPG definition, adopted by the Labour Party in 2019, describes Islamophobia as rooted in racism and a type of racism that targets expressions of Muslimness or perceived Muslimness. Now faced with legal threats from the FSU and public backlash, Rayner's department has extended the deadline to July 20th and widened the consultees. However, free speech advocates fear this is a fig leaf. Young said, "I'm pleased that Dominic Grieve has made the consultation open to everyone and extended the deadline, but the fact that his group initially confined the consultation to a hand-picked group of activists suggests he has a predetermined outcome in mind. I fear that his group will come up with a sweeping, capacious definition of Islamophobia, which will then be rolled out across the public sector and have a chilling effect on free speech." Grieve attempted to assuage these fears in his first interview since being appointed in February, Chopper's political podcast, that the review to draw up a definition of Islamophobia will not result in a blasphemy law by the back door. He said, "Look at our terms of reference. They make absolutely explicit that we will not introduce some blasphemy law to protect religion, whether it's Islam or anything else, by the back door." A Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government spokesman said, "The independent working group is listening to a broad range of views and perspectives. The call for evidence will enable them to build on the extensive consultation already undertaken, ensuring the advice provided to government reflects diverse experiences and opinions, while also safeguarding our vital and unwavering right to freedom of speech." The win for free speech comes hot off the heels of another victory in the fight against stifling critique of Islam. Back in December, the Centre for Media Monitoring, CFMM, accused GB News of demonstrating an excessive focus on Muslims bordering on an obsession. However, earlier this week, the Policy Exchange found the group acted in bad faith by trying to suppress accurate reporting about terrorism and risks curtailing press freedom. The report made direct reference to GB News' coverage of predominantly Pakistani gangs after the CFMM specifically called out national reporter Charlie Peters for his coverage of one of Britain's darkest scandals. In response to the Policy Exchange report, a spokesman for the Centre for Media Monitoring said, "This report is nothing but a politically motivated hit job, riddled with inaccuracies, distortions and smears. It comes from an organisation that has long sought to influence our media into negatively framing British Muslims. We're not surprised they're upset as we call them out. They misrepresent our record, do not deal with the facts we present, and rely on guilt by association. Every major accusation falls apart under scrutiny. It's laughable that they accuse us of censorship when our vision is simply responsible reporting of Islam and Muslims. Is that really too much to ask?" What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.